try to have you guys understand, if not at the end of today, within a couple days, what each of these four terms or vocabulary means. Line, shapes, perimeter, area, angles, vertices, I believe. Vertices, thank you, Kadar. Very helpful. To start, who can tell me what a line is? One, raise your hand and try to explain what a line is. Adarus.
A line is like a line, a straight line.
Okay, it's straight, but what's another way we might define it? Want some help?
Something.
Want some help? All right, we'll give Mohammed a shot. What's a line?
A line?
Yeah.
Something that's straight, not moving.
It's straight, but how could I tell somebody what creates a line? Kadar.
A pencil creates a line for the angle.
Okay, we're not taking geometry. Okay, I'm going to give you a little help on this one because we're just starting geometry. So the way geometry experts or math teachers define a line is anytime you connect 2 points. So, Kadar, come stand in that little X there. If we drew something between our 2 points, that's a line. It's straight, it connects 2 points. So that's the line. Go ahead and see. Let's try number 2. Who wants to take a stab at what a shape is? And this time, actually, shout some shapes out. Shout out some shapes.
Triangle.
Yes. What else?
Circle.
Circle. What else?
Rectangle.
Yes. What else?
Square.
That's good. Stop. That's all I need for today. We're gonna look at rectangles, squares, and triangles. One thing I noted here about shapes, all of these shapes are 2D, which means two-dimensional. They only have.
Can you record me?
There's not a third dimension like when you see 3D movies or you look at your neighbor. That's 3D. Two-dimensional is like one flat plane. Okay, perimeter. Remember, who remembers when I asked you to estimate or tell me how many squares were in the rug? Okay, hold on. If we want to know the perimeter of the rug, we have this side, this place, 5 units, 6 units, sorry, we have this one, plus this one, plus that one, plus that one. Basically, you add all the distances around the outside. So, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 6 is 17, plus 5 is 22. That is your perimeter. We did something else. You told me how many cubes you were here. So that's going to be your area. 1 second. Question about perimeter? Well, okay, so I'm walking up a good question. So she asked would it be 4, not 5. At the perimeter, we're going to count all the distance around all of the outside. So this way I have 6, right? Staying outside. Now I count this distance, I got to start here. Now do you see 5? Do you see 5 if I start up here? Because I'm going all the way around the outside. I see you think, that's a good question, but if you go all the way around the outside, I start here. So that's 5. Does that make sense now? Okay. Okay, so if we want the area and not the perimeter, we're going to multiply one side times another side, or length times width. That's another way of saying when we guesstimated, when we did the formula of So, remember when we did, I asked you how many cubes were in this square rug or rectangle rug? And we knew it was 5 times 6. So if each of these squares was a foot long, we can figure out the area is 5 times 6. That's another way of saying we have 6 columns of 5, because that's what multiplying is. So that will give you an area. Then we're going to talk about angles. Who has a thought about what an angle is?
He's trying to do his videos. Why don't you just be quiet for a bit?
Right, so in between, like these two connect, what's in between. So one way I think about angles, and you're mostly going to use angles that are less than 180, and 180 is that straight line. But one way I like to think about angles is 360, because an angle is in degrees, and it's in a subset or percentage of that 360. So if I start here, and I jump to here, how much did I go around in a circle? I heard 180. Why do you say 180? I went halfway around, right? So now everybody, hey, you have a question, come in. When I land, tell me how many degrees I went around.
360.
All right, awesome. So, it was easy for me to remember angles, large angles, because I used to do that on little short skis. So, what we're going to talk about is what you did with the exercise where you cut out the triangle. So that was angles. Angles always have that little percent is how wide or how narrow the angle is. Vertices are just where the lines come together. What we're going to do, one last thing, when you cut your triangle, when you see a problem like this with a triangle, and they give you two of the angles, this one's 45, this one's 93, if we have 2 out of 3, we can always calculate this one. And the reason we can is because when you put your corners back together, or your angles, they're all going to make a straight line. And a straight line is how many degrees? It's kind of confusing because we went around this way, but when I go around this way, and I connect those dots, it's 180. So, to get the angles in any triangle, you guys designed your own triangle, to get the 3 angles are always going to equal 180 degrees. Always. And the way we're going to prove that is the corners or the angles you cut out, you're going to put them back together like slices of pizza with the dot towards the front or the middle, and you're going to see a straight line. So that means when you see a problem like this one, on your test, on the MCA test in a week and a half, and you see 2 of the angles in any triangle, how do I figure out the 3rd angle? John, go take a break. Hand me the phone. Go take a break. Go take a break. Go take a break. Go take a break.
Hola.
Hey, come on you guys, stay together with me on this. I walked you through it. I told you how you find this last angle. You're going to see it. We don't know if it's 45. There's a formula. Okay, just try to repeat this part back to me. For any triangle, the 3 inside angles, inside of the triangle, they equal 180 degrees. Everyone say that.
180 degrees.
The 3 angles inside a triangle equal 180 degrees.
The 3
Therefore, if I know 2, I can add 93 and 45. 8138, right? Right? I got it right there. And then we got to subtract that from 180. John, take a break and stop hitting the ground. Go take a break.
Okay.
All right. Okay. You need to move. You guys are making too much noise. I'm going to treat everyone the same. Go move over by.
Are you gonna cut me if I'm saying this?
Go move.
Sit down. Sit down.
Mohammed, you just crossed the whole group a minute after free time on Friday.
Oh, nice roll.
I'll say hi.
Nice job, Mohammed. Thank you. Hi, cameraman.
Mohammed, Andres. So, one more time. If you see a triangle and they give you 2 of the angle degrees, how do I figure out the 3rd? Do you think? Look, I'm going to watch this video and I'm going to see that I'm not a very good teacher. because good teachers don't have to do this over and over and over. And it's really frustrating, Louise, because I'm trying really hard, and I am really tired of people making noise over and over and over. We can't learn math if there's all sorts of other noise going on.